All right, y'all. Shout out to Emmanuel Acho. We got the Speak Easy. Today's topic: Derrick Henry's high school numbers are insane. I think this is a topic that's been touched on by many shows, many football shows, but we're gonna revisit it.
Recently, Derrick Henry's high school stats have been going viral, and we got to talk about this.
313 carries, 313 carries, 309 carries, 2,000 yards every year, 2,400 minimum every year. Average 8 yards a carry every year. Overall average 9.2 yards a carry. Average 200 yards a game every year. 20 plus touchdowns every year. That's crazy. And you know, his only break of not getting a bunch of carries was when he was on the Titans with DeMarco Murray. That's when he got a little break. He got to relax for a little bit.
Let's pull him up right here. 300 carries every year of his high school career. Started off with 2,426 touchdowns, 2,738, 2,634, and his senior year, TJ and E, 462 carries, 4,261 yards, 9.2 yards a carry, 327.8 a game, and 55 touchdowns in a single season.
That's crazy. 55 touchdowns in one season. You know, I'm not gonna lie though. I think Micah, I don't know. Now I don't know what level of competition that Micah played. 462 carries. He was their offense. This is 1 year. 4,000. Oh, I thought this was an average right here. This is 1 year. 4,261 rushing yards in one season for a running back. How do you do that? Bro. But I was going to say, if Micah would have stayed and running back and played running back full time, he looked nasty. Micah looked nasty. I ain't going to lie. I wonder how nice he would have been.
Season. Is Derrick Henry the biggest genetic freak we have ever seen in NFL football? Because he still seems to be built the same, and he can take these amount of carries all the way back into high school.
His team better win a championship. What? Bro, he put up quarterback numbers in high school. As a running back.
Tough question. Derrick Henry is on my top.
You don't even see high school quarterbacks throwing for 4K. Like, that's not even that normal in high school. So to run for 4K, what the heck? What the heck? Oh my gosh. When you bigger than everyone, you play the amount of carries don't matter. I mean, hey, that's a testament though, like to how great he takes care of his body. He had a total of 1,300 carries in 4 years of high school. This is a freshman. 313 attempts as a freshman. And he's in the NFL right now, still playing at a elite level at the age of 30, 31. That's crazy.
Tough question.
What?
Derrick Henry. That's a tough.
Take these amount of carries all the way back into high school.
That's a tough question. Derrick Henry is on my top 5. Top
biggest genetic freak we have ever seen.
Okay, biggest genetic freak. Okay.
In NFL football, because he still seems to be built the same, and he can take these amount of carries all the way back into high school.
His college stats. I don't think they were like. I don't think he ran for 2K in college.
On my top 5.
But he had. Didn't he have Josh Jacobs playing with him or like backing him up? So he had a nice little running back room.
Top 5, top 10 NFL freak list. I'm gonna put Deion Sanders on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Bo Jackson on there. I'm gonna put Julius.
He did his Heisman year. Okay.
On there. I'm gonna put Javon Curse on there. I'm gonna put Derrick Henry.
Javon Curse was a freak of nature. That's a pass rusher, right? I don't remember how nice he was. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section.
On there. Let me put Julio Jones on there. Let me put.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, respectfully, Tyreek Hill, nasty. But to each his own. I think Tyreek Hill's name is like going through the mud, like being a he's not getting labeled as washed, but he's been treated like a washed player right now and last year. But like, I think it's just his situation. But I think if Tyreek Hill was doing what he did before Tua got hurt last year, he would put a finger up for Tyreek Hill. But that's just my opinion.
Well, Aaron Donald?
Let me put Larry Allen on there. Let me put Aaron Donald on there. Let me round out my list for real. Let me put
Megatron. You gotta put Megatron on there. He not thinking about him.
Tyreek Hill on there.
Oh, hey, great minds think alike. You feel me?
Differently.
You gotta put Megatron on there.
10th spot.
There's no way.
Let me put Lawrence Taylor on there. That's gonna be.
I respect his list. Some of them names I have never watched, but you can't have a top 10 freak guy, especially with the fact that he put Julio Jones on there. I respect Julio. Julio is a freak of nature, but you gotta add Megatron on there.
Be my 10. That's gonna be off top of the dome. That's just my.
That's
10.
crazy.
Respectfully,
Chad is saying we're surprised you didn't put Megatron or Myles Garrett in there.
yeah.
You could put
Have you ever been blackout drunk? No, but I have had a hangover. I've had my fair share of hangovers. I had my little era, and I'm saying the drinking, and I'm saying going out. But I've never blacked out not once. I can't. I wouldn't even want to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Myles Garrett for sure.
From his high school, college, and NFL, he's ran for 15.5 miles worth of yards. That's interesting. Hey, to think that some people run that amount of miles in one race is actually, that's wild. It's real life people do that. 15 miles in a race. Blackout does not sound fun, bro. Yeah. I've had friends who it's happened to. It's never happened to me. I had a moment where I faded, but came back, shook back a little bit. That was a wild night. But never fully blacked out.
Yeah. Just do that.
Put Calvin on there instead of Julio. I keep Julio. You can take somebody else off of there.
There's so many guys in the NFL.
I know myself and how Shallant. I get it would be terrible.
It's guys that
I don't do it.
They be like, who is that?
Yeah.
Man, I played.
That's why I stopped drinking in general.
Look down at the rim, but we're average in football.
Yeah.
Like they weren't in the NFL though.
I don't even want to get tempted.
So, to have 4,000 yards.
That's crazy.
In 13 games.
You like Julio over Calvin? Nah. Respectfully. I think Julio deserves to be on that list, but Calvin does too. I think they both. Calvin for sure is ahead of Julio though, in my book. At a moment, 4th of July this year, I felt terrible the next morning. Yeah, bro. That's why I stopped, bro. I started looking at life like I be losing stuff. I be overspending on money. I be waking up with a headache. Let me just try to be in control. I don't want to wake up and blame something on a negative decision I made. You know what I mean? Like, dang, I did that because I was this. Let me try to, I'm trying to work on other stuff in my life too. Just try to gain self-control of the mind and body and spirit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what level you playing at.
That's crazy.
That he
Pure
had
Punion.
a career.
Julio is over AB. Even numbers say otherwise.
One season.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry looked like he was.
You saying Julio is a better receiver than AB, and the numbers prove it. Oh, even if numbers say otherwise. Okay. No, I ain't got no problem with that. As much as I like AB, I don't really got a problem with that. Go back from a friend's B-Day party watching the Canelo fight. How you feel? Oh boy, Bud made history. I've had a sip of alcohol since my 21st. Yeah, I wouldn't even. I would never encourage anybody to drink, bro. If you do what you do, that's your life. But I'm not gonna encourage it.
He was great in high school. He was great in college.
And
he's great in the league.
Yeah.
You don't see often.
That's very true.
Every level of football, Derrick Henry was great.
That's very true.
And so that rarely happens. And so he's 100% has to be on that list because He's maintained a level of play for such a long time. 4 years in high school, 3 years at Bama.
Yeah.
And now 10 years in the league.
It's crazy.
That's damn near 2 decades of being great at what you do. That's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, his coaches definitely need to be put in jail. 100%. You gave a high school quarterback, high school running back 1,300 carries. Are you out of your mind?
400 carries in a season is crazy.
They just want to win.
They got made home safe.
Is absolutely ridiculous. No, I mean, but honestly, 4,000 yards.
Until this get worse.
I mean,
Hey, it'd be like that.
Jonathan Gray in the state of Texas. He had some crazy numbers. I think he had like 60 touchdowns or something like that. But 462 carries is crazy. I'm sorry. His coaches definitely need to be in jail, and they need to throw away the key.
13 games.
In 13
games, bro.
No, Deion on the list.
Before we move on.
Yeah.
No, Deion was one of the
Miami.
You think?
Goodness gracious, bro! I clicked pause 3 times. Come on now. Nah, Deion was one of the first. Was in his top 5. I feel like one of the first people he said. I think Deion was in his top 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.